On March 10th, 2013, this is social lesson number 7, raising partner's major to game with a maximum hand, or at least making an invitational bid with a medium hand. Well, greeting bridge friends, Michael here at Bridge Hands, and welcome to another lesson taking a look at raising partner's major. Now in this situation, we're going to take a look at our prior lessons where we learned it takes the partnership 25 or more points to make either a major suit game or 3 no trump game. Now regarding hand strength, honors, and associated length, when opener and responder make a bid, their hand can be either described as a minimum, medium, or maximum type. So plus or minus about 1 point, opener's hand is around 13 points for a minimum hand. Add another king, about 3 more points, and we have a medium hand, and perhaps about 19, about another couple kings, to have a maximum 19-point hand. Remember, if it's more than 21 points, we normally open a strong 2 clubs. We also include distribution points for our length. Now remember that as opener, you do not count extras for shortage unless your hand will be the dummy, where it makes sense to rough partner's loser, so we normally count length points. We'll get into losing trick count in just a little bit. Now moving over to the responders, minimum, medium, and maximum strength, we anticipate around 8-ish, 11, or 13, once again bumping up about 3 each time for minimum, medium, and maximum hand. So when the opener and the responder both hold minimum hands, they should stop at about the 2 level. 2 hearts, 2 spades, and settle for 8 tricks and a part score. With a medium hand and a minimum hand, such as 16 plus 8, or maybe 13 plus 11, the player with the medium hand will invite game, while the partner with the minimum is eager to sign off at the 3 level and again play in a part score at the 3 level this time. And as Goldilocks would profess, when both hands are hot with maximum values, the partnership can make 10 tricks or more with a major suit fit. Now we also discovered the benefits of using losing trick count to improve hand evaluation once the partners have found a major suit fit. Opener's losing trick count for mini, midi, and maxi hands is 7, 6, or 5 losers. Now responder uses cover cards, and for them the mini, midi, and maxi is 2, 3, or 4 cover cards, aces and kings. So when both have medium hands, opener's 6 losing trick count minus responder's 3 cover cards equals only 3 losers. Accordingly, 13 possible tricks subtract 3 total losers is 10 winners, and with 6 tricks for a book plus 4 more, that is a perfect time to make a 4-level major suit game. But not so quick. We don't jump right to 4 spades when we have game values. Well, naturally, to play a major suit game, the partners need to have an 8-card or longer fit in hearts or spades. Playing standard American or other modern methods, opener begins with a 5-card major and responders show support with 3 or more in the trump suit. However, when the opener starts in a minor suit, clubs or diamonds, lacking a 5-card major, now then the responder can bid a major with as little as a 4-card major and 6 or more points. Now the opener can, on a rebid, support responder's 4-card suit with 4 in the major themselves, again totaling 8 or more cards in the major suit, since the responder might have had 5. So if a golden fit is an 8-card major suit, when the partners have a 9 or longer trump suit in the major, it must be an even more precious metal or other gem, right? Worth extra tricks. Well, okay, let's take a look at losing trick count. As we at Bridge Hands have been espousing for some time now, in our lessons, the prerequisite to losing trick count is that 8-card partnership fit, such as 5 and 3, or the 4 and 4, or maybe 6 and 2, where I've made a preemptive bid and you've got a great hand. And to be sure, a 9-card combined trump suit should be worth an extra trick. Yet sometimes our trump suit is so good on our own that we want to use some other methods. A good method then to see is if your suit stands up on its own is to use the suit quality formula. Now suit quality equals the honors plus the length. That's 2 good honors and 7 long. are 3 good honors and 6 long. So when your suit quality is 9 or more, you can immediately begin counting your losers, even when your partner has not supported your terrific major suit. Now, from our prior lessons, recall that the ace, king, and queen are not losers, except that is where it's queen third on a side suit. And anything beyond the first 3 cards are not considered losers for the opener either, since we assume the suit will be promoted after pulling trump. As we mentioned, an average minimum opening hand is around 13 points. And with an average 5-3-3-2 shape, the suits, that should equate to about 7 losing trick count for that minimum hand. However, when you have better shape, such as a 5-4-2-2 shape, or maybe a 5-4-3-1, singleton somewhere, or on a lucky day maybe 5-5-2-1, 2 5-card suits, or even better, a 6-4-2-1, your seemingly minimum hand is often worth an extra 1, 2, or maybe even 3 tricks. So rather than lamenting about holding another so-so 13-point hand, using the suit quality prerequisite, your losing trick count can drop from, with a minimum hand, 7 to maybe 6, or perhaps even 5 losing trick count with a very shapely hand. Thus, if partner makes a suit bid or no trump call, showing perhaps 2 cover cards or primary honors, that's aces or kings, your 5 losers minus partner's 2 cover cards for their minimum bid equates to 3 total losers, or less if they have more. No more wondering if you made 10 or more tricks when you only held 13 points with a great shape and your partner only had a minimum bid. Now we're going to take a look at responding with game values. Going way back to the 1930s, when responders jumped way up to 4 of the major suit level, the game jump was considered weak preemptive bid with lots of trump and little else. In other words, slow, forced bids shows extras, while very fast bids that instantly arrive at game show weak hands with no interest in slam exploration, even when partners opens with a strong hand that could only maybe have 4 losers. So when the responder jumps to 4 hearts or 4 spades in partner's suit, the hand should not have 2 primary honors, aces or kings. That, along with a short suit, responder could maybe provide 3 cover cards if they had an ace and a king and a short side suit after all. And using our nifty losing trick count calculation, 4 losers minus 3 cover cards would yield only 1 loser. And we would not want to see our partner miss slam when it turns out that our hand turned up with 3 plain tricks, right? Okay, now let's take a closer look at the 2/1 bids when playing standard American. Now right away, let me be the first to profess that not everyone will agree on some of the rebids after responder makes a 2-level response in a new suit after their partner has opened at a 1 level in a major suit. Now I suppose if most professional bridge players use standard American system themselves, then all of this would be worked out, but such is not the case. So as we go through some of the permutations with opener and responder rebids, I will try to give you my own take on some of the areas where partnership agreements are needed. Okay, so first off, when the responder makes a 2-level bid in a new suit, a new lower ranking suit that is, in most every situation, that call promises a rebid. Think about it for a moment. Opener has 12 or more points and responder promises 10 or more points, so the pair have at least 22 points and likely more. Looking at it from the perspective to make a part score contract, even with this minimum valuation, the partner should be able to make either a 2 no trump or 3-level suit contract where they have an 8-card fit or maybe even a 7-card fit on a bad day. And if either player has a few more points beyond the lower level for their bid, let's say 25 or 26 points, the pair should be able to make a 4-level major suit game with an 8-card fit, or if not, a 3 no trump contract. Lacking that fit, that is providing, of course, they have a stopper in the unbid suits. Now then, let's take a look back at the situation after responders 2-level bid where they are not required to make a rebid. Are you ready? Okay. When the opener begins one heart or one spade, and the responder makes a two-level bid in a new or lower ranking suit, clubs or diamonds, and the opener rebids to no trump, that bid specifically shows a minimum with no more than 12 or 13 points, including distribution. Probably it's going to be a 5-3, 3-2 shape if they're rebidding to no trump. As an example, the bidding might go one spade, two clubs. Should the opener bid any other suit other than two no trump, then that bid by the opener is forcing one round. In other words, the responder's two-level bid in a new lower ranking suit always promises a rebid, except when the opener rebids to no trump. Now, of course, with 12 plus points, responder can still wisely bid game, probably 3 no trump, without a major suit fit. If this is still just a little bit fuzzy, hold on just a moment. We'll have lots of bridge hand examples here at Bridge Hands to illustrate all of this. Okay, so responders bids with game values. Now then, whenever responder is an UPH, an unpassed hand, that bid is forcing for one round, meaning their partner must DSI, do something intelligent, and conjure up some kind of a bid or rebidding, maybe even no trump. Let's start off with a contract one spade, two hearts. Like when the opener begins with a one-level major suit call promising 5-card suit or longer, when the responder bids two hearts after opener's one spade call, the responder is also promised a 5-card or longer suit in that major. Now, dating myself to the good old days of the thrifty retail stores where some things were sold for 5 or 10 cents, a la the 5 and dime stores, we can affectionately call responder's two-heart call as the 5 and dime bid. That is at least 5 cards in length and at least 10 or more points. But just like the opener, when they don't have a 5-card major and they perhaps only have 3 or 4 in a minor suit and they open one club or one diamond, the same could be true for the responder when they make a two-level bid in a minor suit. Now, true, it certainly could be that it's a 5-card or longer minor suit, but then again, responder might be making a temporizing bid with a convenient minor suit. After all, as responder, we might have 12 or more points and 3 cards in partner's major suit. The auction could go one spade, two clubs, two hearts, 4 spades, where responder belatedly shows a trump fit and game values. Now recall that bidding one spade, 4 spades would also show a 5-card trump suit by the responder, but with poor strength, and responder's hand something less than an ace and a king in strength. Of course, bridge players love to have candy, special conventions like incantations that artificially describe special hands. A good example is a convention that some advanced players like to explore slam by bidding 2 no trump after openers 1 heart or 1 spade call. So while lots of standard American players only play 1 spade, 2 no trump is forcing a game without a fit, others like the Jacoby 2 no trump artificial conventional bid to show game plus values of 12 or more points plus 4 or more cards in opener's trump suit. Now how about that? Now they figure that lacking this hand pattern, they could always go ahead and make a 2 club or 2 diamond temporizing bid and then make a jump rebid to game in partner's major. So they save the Jacoby 2 no trump rebid to promise 4 trump and 12 or more points with at least mild interest in slam. Then there is almost everyone's favorite slam convention. Enter the ace asking 4 no trump Blackwood bid. Now back in the old days, Easley Blackwood, he had a bid he called the Wormwood. He didn't want to call it in his name because he worked for an insurance company and thought that wouldn't be too cool if his bosses knew that he was gambling and playing bridge. So he called it the Wormwood. He tried to get a patent on it, and the patent office says, no, sorry, we don't give patents for bridge conventions. So, okay, it became Blackwood. Eli Culberson had another idea, but everybody loved this Blackwood bid so much it became one of the favorites for looking for a slam. Now, later in this lesson series, we will spend a few minutes describing these conventions. Well, okay, not to confuse the situation, but let's say that after partner opens one heart or one spade, the right-hand opponent made a takeout double promising 12 points or more and asking their partner in the advancer's seat to make a bid. Well, after one heart or one spade, a double. In this situation, after the right-hand opponent doubles, you can have a wide range of optional calls when you have good values. Now, obviously, passing is the last thing on your mind, so I suppose you could redouble, which shows 10 or more points and implies no fit. Okay, so if the bidding goes one spade, double, and you make a 2 no trump call, many like to play this as a support raise, or better, showing 3 or more trump. Recall that you could redouble to show 10 plus points and no fit, right? Then responders 2 no trump must be something other than 10 to 12 points and a stopper in right-hand opponent's suit, since they have not bid any suit. So after one spade, and then a double by the right-hand opponent, here your 2 no trump call would show 10 plus points and 3 or more spades. Now true, it is a bit confusing how responders 2 no trump call can mean different things depending upon whether or not an opponent passed or made a takeout double. But Mom never said life was always easy, right? Okay. Yet, if you and your partner are happy enough playing straight bridge without any conventions, more power to you all. And in that case, I suppose all responder 2 no trump calls have the same meaning, however you care to play it, inviting or forcing to game depending upon your style and agreements. So finally, when as responder you dare to bid the same suit as your right-hand opponent, this is called a Q bid. Or perhaps lunacy if your partner has never seen this type of strange bidding before. So we'd want to have partnership agreement. So here is yet another artificial call, and it is absolutely forcing bid. So after one heart by myself, one spade by your right-hand opponent, when you bid 2 spades, this is another artificial call to make a bid that shows support for partner's major suit. Okay, let's do some review and add some new things to what we've learned so far. One spade, you go 2 clubs, or I start with 1 heart and you go 2 diamonds, things like that. That's 10 points or more. Maybe less than a 5-card suit in the minor. We'll cover that in a moment. Temporarily denies a major fit. You could have bid my suit, but if you went 1 spade, 4 spades, that shows a weekend with maybe 5 or more trump. So sometimes we have to temporize by making a 2 club or 2 diamond bid, then you show belated support. There are some exceptions when you don't have to rebid or I don't. This would be 1 spade by me, 2 something by you. I rebid 2 no trump. Yes, I've got 12. Yes, you've got 10 or more. But if I have just a bare 12, no interest in game, not more than 13, then I can bid 2 no trump. Sign off doesn't even have to be a balanced hand. Now, you can still keep going if you have game values, meaning I've got 12 and you've got 12, 13 or more. But if you got a bare 10, this is a good way we can sign off at the 2 level when I make a 2 no trump pre-bid. That is not a forcing situation. Similarly, when I'm a passed hand, if I'm passed and then we get into this auction, well, I didn't have 12 points initially, so you can pass in that situation. How about interference? 1 spade, 2 diamonds by you, then my righty, your lefty, makes a call. Then, yeah, if I make a double, that does not force you to bid. This is saying we want to penalize this joker for making an intervening bid when we have 22 points or more. Okay? Let's take a look at the general assumptions then. How about on the 3-level bid? We'll go into these some, but 1 spade, 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds, you could pass that. I'm just showing that I have a fit. At this point, if I rebid your suit at the 3 level, that's not a forcing. Only when I rebid a new suit, that's forcing, or when I bid 2 no trump, remember, that is non-forcing. Now, when we do suit rebids, that tends to show a 6-card suit. one spade, you go two clubs, I rebid two spades. I could have bid diamonds or hearts or two or three no trump or something. If I just rebid two spades, that shows a sixer. And as we'll see, that should be a forcing bid. Some of you may play it differently, but it should be a forcing bid. So only that two no trump rebid. Okay, so let's take a look at some situations. One spade by me, two hearts by you. Well, that shows a 5 card or longer suit by you. One spade, let's say there's an intervening bid of two clubs and you bid a new suit, even though it's not hearts, that tends to show a 5 card suit as well. Okay, let's take a look at a situation. One spade by me, two clubs again, and now you double. That kind of sounds like you have the other major. Now, let's say you have 5 hearts, more than 4. You can't really bid 2 hearts unless you have 10 points or more, the 5 and dime bid. But you could make a takeout double by responder, which we call a negative double. One spade, double by your righty, and now you make a 2 heart bid. Yes, it shows your 5 hearts. Interestingly, this is an exception to the rule. You don't have to have 10 points, it's just a play. Yes, now I know that responders' bids are always forcing, except for this one exception. When your righty doubles and saying to their partner, bid another suit, and now you make a call, it shows less than 10 points, no interest in game, and just says, I have a 5 card suit. Could be hearts, clubs, or diamonds. In this case, you want to have a 5er. Okay, so that means then, one spade goes 2 clubs. If you go 2 hearts, it shows 10 points or more, but if you double first, and then you come back and bid 2 hearts, it shows less than 10 points. Remember, you could have made a suit bid to show 10 points or more, so if you double first and then bid a suit, got it? Okay, good. So let's take a look at this situation. I go 1 spade, you go 2 clubs, the bidding goes on. You can still come back to 4 spades later. You started off by temporizing by bidding a club suit with 3 or more, and then later on you showed the spade fit. Similarly, 1 spade, 2 diamonds, something now it shows that you've got the diamond suit. Normally would have 4 in that suit. You would bid with equal length up the line. You would bid the lower first, meaning if you had 3 and 3 in clubs and diamonds, you would bid clubs. If you got 4 and 4, you would start with the clubs also. But if you got 4 diamonds, 3 clubs, then your first bid, temporizing, would be the diamond suit. Oh goodness, this is a busy slide, isn't it? Okay, don't worry, we're going to go through this and get a little explanation on what's going on here. First, the bids, and over on the right is the number of cards held, in this case, by the opener on their rebids. So, I open 1 heart. You bid 2 clubs, 3 or more clubs, could be 5, we don't know. You have 10 points or more, that's all we know, and at this point, you're not showing support for our hearts, but maybe you will later. Okay, I rebid 2 diamonds. So I probably don't have a 4-card spade suit. I could have more than 5 hearts. I could have a 6er, but I choose instead to bid diamonds. It sounds like I have a 4-card suit. And I don't have 4 clubs. And it is 1 round forcing. 1 heart by me, 2 clubs by you. And this time I rebid 2 hearts. Well, I could have bid 2 diamonds, or 2 no trump, or 3 no trump. So I pretty much certainly will have a 6-card heart suit. Still, 1 round forcing, please. 1 heart by me, 2 diamonds by you. I bid 2 hearts. Well, there's no room for any other bids, is there, other than 2 no trumps? So this one where there's no space, you bid the suit next to mine at the next level. I rebid. I may not absolutely have a heart suit. Some of you may want to play it that always has 6. Okay, but you make some other problems for you if you do. At any rate, 1 round forcing once again. 1 heart by me, 2 clubs by you. I go 2 spades. Well, if you're going to support my suits, 3 spades. We're pretty high now, aren't we, in a secondary suit? 3 hearts. We're at the 3 level. You do 3 clubs. You have to come in at the 3 level. So when I do a reverse and a second suit and a higher than my first, higher ranking that is, that tends to show more points. At any rate, 1 round forcing whether you play reverses there or not. 1 heart by me. 2 something by you, let's say clubs. 2 no trump by me. That's that special situation. I've only got 12 or a bad 13 points. and you can pass me if you want to. That's the one that's non-forcing. 1 heart by me, 2 clubs by you, 3 hearts, a jumping hearts by me, 1 round forcing, and I better have a good sixer, right, to make that. 1 heart by me, 2 clubs by you, 3 clubs by me. This is a not forcing bid now because I bid your suit. We're poking along. We have a fit in the minor. Do we think we're going to get to 5 clubs? We better have 29 points if we're going to do that. So in that situation, it is a non-forcing bid once I rebid your suit at the 3 level. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some hands here. Okay, bridge friends, let's go ahead and get past our chalk talk and take a look at some hand fragments at the table. So my first hand, I have a 5, 4, 3, 1, 5 hearts, 4 diamonds, 3 spades, and a singleton club. You, on the other hand, yes, you have an opening hand also, 12 points, but it looks like a flat 4, triple 3 pancake hand. So I'm going to open 1 heart. You don't want to bid 2 hearts, that's sign off. You don't want to bid 3 hearts, that's invitational. You don't want to bid 4 hearts. What's this? Well, 4 hearts, we'll talk about in a moment. So you're going to temporize by bidding 2 clubs. I'm then going to not rebid hearts. I don't have a sixer, but I can rebid 2 diamonds. It's forcing. And after that, now, with your game going values, you can bid 4 hearts. But let's say that I've got some extras. Let's give me an extra queen and a jack. It was a pretty good hand I had before, so underscore the queen of spades and jack of diamonds. You have the same hand. Now recall that you don't jump right to 4 hearts. That shows that weak sign-off with 5 or more trump and little else. You don't have 2 primary honors. You don't have a ace and a king. And this one you do, so you have to temporize with the 2 club. And I'm going to rebid 2 diamonds. I don't have to make any extra bids yet because my bid is forcing. I trust that you're not going to pass me. You bid 4 hearts, sure. Now in this case, I've got a good hand. From losing trick count, I've got 1 loser in clubs, 1.5 in diamonds, 1 in hearts, and 1 in spades with 4 losers. If you can cover 3 of mine with your 2-level bid, we've got enough for slam. Only 1 loser between us. That sounds like 12 tricks. So I bid for no trump. You, the first step, shows clubs, it shows none. Diamonds shows 1. 5 hearts shows 2. And that's what you have is 2. So you're going to bid 5 hearts. That's all I needed to know is you had 2. I have 1 that's 3. Yes, we're missing 1, but look at my hand. I have kings or singletons in the side suit, so I go 6 hearts, and sure enough, it's going to make. Okay, next hand. I've got this time a 6, 3, 3, 1, 6 hearts, ace, jack 6 times. You have a 5, 3, 3, 2, 5 clubs to the queen. So the bidding would go 1 heart by me, 2 clubs by you. I'm going to rebid 2 hearts. A forcing bid. You've got 10 points or more. We haven't even reached 2 no trump level. Forcing bid. And so now there was a lot of space between clubs and hearts. I could have bid diamonds or something. So yeah, it probably shows a sixer. So even though you've only got a doubleton, queen doubleton, you like that you have an honor. And I've rebid the suit. Looks like a sixer. So you're going to bid 4 hearts, and off we go. Okay, so on the next hand, we have a 5, 4, 3, 1 again. Nice, I've got primary honors. And you have a 5, 4, 3, 1 yourself. But unfortunately, you have a singleton in my suit. Yeah, once again, you have 12 points. So the bidding would go 1 heart by me, 2 diamonds by you. Even if you only had 4, you would bid that suit if you don't have a better suit to bid. I rebid the hearts, not to show that I have 6 this time. Now, what's this all about? Well, there's no room for me to bid another suit. When you bid clubs, I could have bid the diamonds, but now you've gone up right next to mine. So I have to rebid 2 hearts, unless I want to bid 2 no trump, and that shows 12 or 13 points. And I've got more than that. I've got 2 aces and, 1 ace and 3 kings. So that's 7, 10, 13, and 1 distribution for my great heart suit 14. I don't want to sign off. So I'm going to rebid 2 hearts. That's the best I can do in this situation. You'll bid 2 no trump. If you had a doubleton, you might support me thinking, oh, I hope he has 6. In this case, she'll bid 2 no trump, and I'll rebid 3 no trump. Looks good. They'll probably lead the club suit, no doubt, but with queen 10 4 times, you should be in pretty good shape. Okay, so next we're going to take a look at a hand where we have reverses. I'm going to have to talk about this now. Don't feel like you have to memorize it. If you don't play reverses, fine. I just want to kind of at this point cover the concept of it, okay? So the bidding, let's say it goes 1 club by me, 1 diamond by you. Okay, we're in the minors. We'll talk about those another day. But if I bid 2 hearts, if you want to support my clubs, you got to come in at 3 clubs. If you want to support my hearts, which is shorter than my clubs always, so I guess I have 5 clubs and 4 hearts, something like that. You want to support my hearts, you got to come in at the 3 level. If you want to support your own diamond suit, it's the 3 level. We better have 22, 23 points or more. So if you only have 6, then how many do I have to have? 17? So I better have at least a king more than my opening hand. So I better have some extra values in that situation. So similarly, when it comes to a situation where I'm opening a major and then I bid a higher ranking suit, well, that's the one down below. I start with a heart, you bid 2 clubs. If I bid 2 spades, some people like to play that as a reverse. Others just say it just shows shape. Sorry. So you need to have a partnership agreement at some point in time with your partner. You'll want to talk about that. Hopefully you and your partner are in the same wavelength, right? Okay. All right, so here we go. It's a 5-4-3-1, and this is the hand. I have 5 hearts and 4 spades, and your hand is a 5-3-3-2, 5 clubs, 3 hearts. So I start with a heart. You bid 2 clubs. You have the 5 and dime, right? But no more, just 10 points. Well, let's count it 11 because you have a good club suit. I'd give yourself an extra distribution point. I rebid 2 spades. Does that show extras or not? Well, it's a forcing bid. Depends on whether you're playing the reverses or just showing shape. Okay? At any rate, if we are playing that this is kind of a reverse type bid, you know, I've got 16 points or more, a king more than my minimum hand, and it's pretty easy for you now to go to 4 hearts, isn't it? Even though you've got just 10, you wouldn't rebid 3 hearts invitational. Okay? Well, okay, Bridge Thrill Seekers. Yes, we all want to get to the table, right, and start playing some of these hands. Likewise. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up now. In our next episode on another day, we'll go ahead and have some more bidding scenarios and play some more hands. We're just kind of getting warmed up to speed with some of these. And when it gets to something like reverses, if you don't have partnership agreements, if you're not at that level, don't worry about it. Just kind of be aware of them. But if you're up to that point, you might want to say partner. Are we playing shape showing? Are we showing extra values when I make a reverse by starting with hearts and going to 2 spades? And so on. So, as always, know yourself and know thy partner, right? Okay, well, thanks for coming to this section. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, the next segment, where we go ahead and start playing some of these 2-over-1 hands using our standard American bidding system. And I'll see you at the table. As always, thanks for coming. See you over there.